And welcome back to the second part of the currency exchange using Python 3.8. So I'm going to start by exiting from here. As you can see, the scales are not working because I disabled them, but maybe I can just show you guys the scales. This is the scale right here. Come back up here, there we go, and this is where I've got them disabled, so maybe we should get it enabled and get the other one enabled as well. Okay, save and run, which means we now have full control over the scales. You see that, guys? But we don't want it to work that way though. We want to be able to control it with the exchange rate. Now, before I go any further, I'm going to create some method or function. This very function, the first one I will take care of is the easy one, which is the exit. So come right down here and I'm just going to say dim, let's say cexit, and cexit in this case is going to be cexit equals tgdexit. So that is where this comes in handy. So let's come right down here, equals that message equals ask. That'll be yes or no for us to confirm if we want to exit or not. So exit system, so that's going to be the name or the title of my program, of my message box, comma, and I'm just going to say confirm if you want to exit. Yep, that's it. Close that. And right underneath, let's say if cexit less than 0, what should happen? Root dot destroy. So that should exit the whole system. And let's enter return there. So that's taken care of. What about reset? In the case of reset, I'm going to say, let's call that reset there. And in the case of reset, I would like to reset all of these my variables here. Copy them, just paste them right in here. Okay, as you can see, this one I set it to 1, so I'm going to copy that and just paste that one in here. At the same time, I need to get them indented or indented. Select it all, hold on to your control, and just there. They are now indented. What about this? Yeah, we can set the input of that to 0. So let's come in here and just enter 0 into them. That'll be 0 and 0 because I'm using those for my scale. Now, this I'm going to change this to 0.0. Okay, because it's in double. Now this is fine. What about this very one? Let's change this entirely. Let's clear the content that'll be in there, and this will be clear. Now, because I would like the whole system to reset itself, so I'm going to first of all say self dot canvas dot delete. Let it delete all there, and self dot root dot reset. Okay, let's make that true, comma true. There we go. So the whole idea is to be able to reset the canvas, okay, and just reset the whole page there. I think that should do it. So what I'm going to do now is to call these two functions inside my buttons here. Exit. First of all, let's say exit. We enter a comma here, command equals cexit. Undo that. I think there's an error there. Okay, cexit. And the other one is going to be reset. Where is it? Right here. And that is reset. Okay, so I'm going to save it. Let's just save that. Run it and see. Exit. No, I don't want to exit. Reset. Yeah, reset works. Supposing I enter some value in there. Let's see. There we go. And enter some value in here as well. No, this one is a label. Okay, that's fine. And we can select here and just reset. Yeah, that's fine. Exit. Yes. Good. Now, the function that will carry out the conversion itself, I'm going to scroll. I'm going to go right up here. And right underneath here, I'm going to declare another function. And this second function, we take care of my calculation, so conversion. So let's just call that convert currency. Let's say if my value here is very value, I'm referring to that. I'll copy and just paste that there. If that value dot get equals the data that I have inside my combo box, this time around let's say it's USA, and close that. Then we want variable convert. Let's say convert 1. I'm just making up a local variable there, equals float. And what am I floating? The content inside convert itself. Dot convert. Okay, please do not make a mistake. This is a local variable. It's totally different from convert. Okay, there should be a T here, and I'm going to then multiply that by the exchange rate. Let's assume it's approximately 1.34. There we go. I'm going to create another variable. I'll just call that convert to. Local variable convert to. In the case of convert to, I'm going to say string because that is going to display some information for me. Dot into 2 decimal place, and let's enter pound sign there, and let's just say convert 1 plus the name of the state. So let's say USA $. So I'm just gonna say USA $. There we go. Close that. Right. And what about my currency? This one. I'm gonna copy all of these. And what do I want inside it? And I want this right in here. There. Tell it the indented. Now value 1 dot set. These values are for my scale. The very first scale, that will be this, and close that out. And the second one will be just get. So let's copy this as well to get rid of all of these. This will be dot get, and this is for number 2 scale. Select both and just get it indented right there. Okay, that's the first one taken care of. So the second one I can just use else if. Okay, if we say else if, we can copy all of these, come right down here, and else if, paste that in there. Let's say if is Nigerian money, and that will be as follows. So this will be Nigerian money, copy that and paste this in here. That will be Nigerian naira. And exchange rates, I'm just making this up, so something like that. Okay, now let's take care of, we can copy this now. Let's take care of Indian money. So you guys can always look for the correct exchange rate. I'm just making this up. I might be right or wrong, I don't know. So this is India, and India is going to be rupee, Indian rupee. I think it's double P, and the exchange rate will be about 80 something. Let's say 80, and change this to something like that. And the same thing for the others. So we have Canadian, we have, which state is remaining, or which country do I have in there? I think it's right down here. So I have 1, 2, 3, so I'm left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can just copy 5 of those, copy, and then change the names. We have one here, another one here, and just change the details around, then one more. As soon as I'm done, I'm going to show you guys the code. All I just want to do is to change the countries and the exchange rate. Okay guys, I have finished with the exchange rate coding. Now let's come right down here so that you can see it. Okay, I will now call this various function here. Let's come right down here. You see where we have this convert, the button convert, so that will be command equals that. Now that I've called the function for the exchange rate, let me go back up there. These are the lines of code for the function: exit, reset, exchange rates. We're going to need one more function, and this other function that I'm going to need, that would be for, let's say, for the canvas. Okay, so we're going to call that call canvas. So let's come right down here. So that will be canvas call, maybe one L. There we go. There. So we're going to be calling the canvas, and in the case of the canvas, I'm going to declare two variables, two local variables. So one is going to be C1. C1 equals, let's get the content we have in here, copy all of that, paste it right in here as an integer. Close that and close this as well. And the second one is going to be as an integer as well, C2. Copy that, paste, so that will be C2. And then we need to then multiply it by the whatever the exchange rate is, or with the currency that we're actually converting it into. So let's use this, the British pound sterling. So come right down here and paste. Okay, I'm going to need to call this as well. Let's call it right inside my exchange rate here. So let's come up here and just paste that in there. So scroll right down and here. So let's run it first. I'm not going to call it yet. Let's just run it and see how that's going to look like. Enter some value in here, and in here select country. There we go. So there's nothing working in there. Okay, Brazil is not working, and Canada will not work as well. Okay, so let's see. Oh, because I'm calling this, let's get rid of it anyway for now. Okay, let me run it again. It should work now. I haven't finished the canvas for the graph, or for the graph, that's why. So convert, yeah, that's fine. The conversion rate is working. Let's say US. Look at that, and how much we are converting is 145, and that's it right there, and that is the rate. Okay, reset. That is good. Okay, so conversion rate is fine. All that I need to do now is just take care of the canvas so that we can see the rate, the exchange rate on the canvas itself. So right underneath here, let's finish up with the canvas. Okay, I'm going to use a for loop to get this canvas rolling. So I'm going to start by saying for I in range. Now I'm going to just make that range approximately 11, and let's say a variable x equals 100 plus I, and multiply that by about 30, and let's say self dot canvas dot create underscore line, and that is going to be x, comma 250, comma x exit again, comma let's say 240, comma, and the width is going to be about 2 equals 2. Close that. And I'm going to repeat exactly the same thing for the text. So let's just come right down here, close that properly, and then paste that in there. So I'm going to enter in here the text that will be on top of each. That's being 240, and the text is going to be what? That's 254, comma text equals all of the above. Let's say copy this and just change it around. There we go, and this will be D right here, and let's enter percent 10, multiply that by I, comma, get it anchored to the knot, equals, and close that. Right, that's the first loop taken care of. So I'm going to just copy this, and this will be for the second loop. In the case of the second loop, that is going to be, let's say I in range. In this case, let's make the range approximately 6, and this is going to be 250 minus I multiplied by 40, and the canvas is going to be line, and this is going to be 100. So in this case, this will be a y-axis. Let's go for about that, and another y-axis here, y, comma, there. Okay, and underneath here I need a text as well, and that would be in the following coordinate: 96 y, and the text is going to be what? Let's go for about 5 in there, 5.1f. Okay, so I think we're almost there now, so let's just enter 50 in there and multiply that by I, and in this case it's going to be, oh, this is wrong. In this case this is going to be not, and here that should be a comma. There should be a comma here as well. Okay, this will be 50 and this will be 10. Right. Okay, that is the, or those are the lines of code for my canvas. However, I'm going to need to be able to plot the graph, so I'm going to say self dot canvas dot create underscore, let me go for an oval instead of using line, so I'm going to say x minus 6 comma as follows, there. Okay, so let's save that, save, and let's try it out. Okay, let's get this indented properly before I start running this program, and get this indented as well. And I'm going to now run it and see how it's going to look like. There we go. Enter some value in there and enter the currency I intend to change it to. There we go, look at that. That is working as we expected. We've entered 154 pounds. There we go, and that is what it has changed it into, 9,000 plus. So I want to reset, and let's try another country entirely. I'm going to try Europe. So let's say we have 210 euro, and let's get it converted. There we go, guys. So guys, let me show you the lines of codes before I call it the end of the program. This is where I imported all of the libraries that I need, my class, and definition of my app there, the root, the title, and the size, including the coordinate and the back color right there. And from here down here are the frames that I've used. I now declare the following variables, and here assign one of the variables the time of the day. Here I created some function, that's function exit, that I called my button function reset, and in here the function that carry out the currency conversion. Okay, so have a good look at those functions or those lines of codes. Right, now the function that actually display the graph on the canvas, and below it, that's where I enter the date, and this is the scale from here to here, that's the scale. And the widget below is label, entry widget, combo box widget, label, and here that's the canvas widget. Let's come down. and right here add the buttons. So we'll run it one more time, guys. Enter some value in there. Country, let's go for India. Click on that. There we go, guys. So with that, I'm going to call it the end of this tutorial. I suppose you guys enjoyed. You all have a nice day, and please do subscribe and also join to become a member of the channel. You all have a nice day. Bye for now.